Yo. Welcome to IT Security Labs, and today we have another fun time, and we're going to be exploiting OWASP top 10, some of the top 10 vulnerabilities. And this is a new for us because we normally are in our local lab, but this time we're taking the labs to Hackthebox, and we'll also look at Tryhackme, and this will be sort of the first time that we actually introduce Tryhackme to the channel, so this is going to be fun. And also you see some of the Hackthebox challenges that we can use, so this is going to be a super fun lab, and I hope you can learn a thing or two from what we have here. So thank you for joining tonight. As you can see, I already signed into my Hackthebox platform here. I also have signed into my Tryhackme. So if you haven't signed in on these platforms, I highly suggest that you go ahead and check them out. Tryhackme and Hackthebox, you can sign up for free. They have paid subscriptions, but for the most part, you can do a lot of things on these platforms for free as well. So most of what we'll be doing on this channel is going to hopefully be accessible for you for free. The challenges that we'll be doing today are going to be retired from Hackthebox, so this does not violate their terms of use, which is also awesome. So what are these platforms and how do we use them for learning, and why am I showing you these things? Well, two things, right? Today I didn't have a chance to look at a machine for us to crack, so I thought, wow, why don't we look at the OWASP top 10? Because as you all know, these are the best places to get started. So if you haven't gotten started here, OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities, I encourage you to know them. Everyone knows about them. If you go to an interview for any entry-level job, they are most likely going to ask you, are you familiar with OWASP top 10? And you better be willing to say yes to that, because this is sort of the bread and butter for us as cybersecurity professionals. But if you're not familiar with them, every single year they come up with sort of like a classification of what was the biggest vulnerabilities that hit people. And as you can see, this is what causes most companies to get hacked every year. And injections are on top, so we're going to be practicing a little bit of injections here. And then we'll see some of these, but here's the list that we have right now for the top 10 from the OWASP site. The goal for this video is for us to practice some of these things hands-on, because as you know, on IT Security Labs, we don't just talk about things. We want to actually touch things. We want to do things. We want to see them in action, right? So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to practice some of these, especially injections, broken authentication, and sensitive data exposure. How do we practice these things? We are in luck. Tryhackme has a OWASP top 10 awesome platform where they even explain what these things are. Like, hey, what is this? What is going on? They give you examples of things that are happening. You can go through and read through every single thing, exactly what the vulnerability is and how to accomplish it, which is really fun. So if you have a lot of time and if you have never heard about this is a really great place to get started. So if you have never heard of OWASP top 10 and you're serious about your career in cybersecurity, get started here. Do yourself a favor. Go to Tryhackme today, sign up, complete this activity here. You'll be doing yourself a huge favor by knowing these injections from OWASP, from Tryhackme. That's the best place to get started. If you experienced a little bit, come here and pick on these. After completing the Tryhackme, let's do this. Let me add 1 hour here. After finishing this introduction here, go to Hackthebox. These ones now are just testing your understanding of OWASP top 10. That's what we'll be doing here. We're just going to pick on these things, figure out what is vulnerable and how best can we get there. Then I'll show you where on Tryhackme you can find the answers. That's why I like these side by side. They are not competitors really. They've their place, right? Tryhackme will walk you through what to do. Hackthebox will throw you questions and you just answer. We have a track here for OWASP top 10 and 10 challenges. We might not have time to do all 10. We'll probably do 5 or 6. But I think by the time we're done, you'll be able to see that we'd have made a lot of progress, and hopefully you'll be able to understand some of these injections and challenges that we have. So this is super fun, and I'm very excited for all of us here. All right, so let's get started here. If you are on Tryhackme, what you do is you need to download a VPN, or you can use an attack box. In this case, I can do a show in attack box. I'm not going to use the Tryhackme because I think you can use this for yourself. I'll show you, even though here, especially for OS injection here, on how to use this a little bit, but Tryhackme is pretty much self-explanatory and really, really beginner friendly. Hackthebox is also beginner friendly and also challenging. All right, so let's get started. I enrolled in this track for OWASP Top 10. The reason I enroll is because I want to commit myself to this and getting them all 10 of them done, and also getting the points for them. And as you can see, this is the what do you call the difficulty. Most of them are on the easy side, especially starting on the top. So let's get started with Looking Glass. It says it's easy. To get started with these here on Hackthebox, what you do is you just click on one. It will launch on a different machine tab. If you scroll all the way down, as you can see, there is more that you can practice with. I'm just showing you the retired ones. If I scroll down, you can start an instance. Feel free to do this with me if you want. Just don't cause a denial of service. This is our IP address. You can access this IP address as well. There is no VPN needed here for this IP address. This is our web application. We're going to find out, what is this vulnerable to? It says we have built the most secure networking tool in the market. Come and check it out. That's our mission. We're going to check out this most secure networking tool. We don't know what it's vulnerable to, but we know that it's part of the OWASP Top 10. The challenge begins. Let's go to Kali. The reason why I like to use my Kali is because just in case I have to intercept this with burp. So here's our IP address, and this is running Docker containers, by the way. Sometimes you might want to just run them locally. You can do that as well. All right, there it is. Here is our most secure web application. What does it do? It pings, it does traceroute. Right away, if you know the OWASP Top 10, injection, broken authentication, sensitive data exposure, broken access control. Let's start with some injection, of course, because this is the first one, right? So this thing must be vulnerable to one of the OWASP ones. And if you have a form where you have to fill things, like change things, in this case, I cannot change anything there. I cannot change anything here. Let's just do a test here. And like I said earlier, feel free to load this in your browser as well. Just don't cause a denial of service to my application. If I see it getting slow, I'll reload it with a new IP, then I'll block you all. But for now, load this in your own browser. You can actually do what I'm doing right now. All right, so it looks like it's some ping utility. In fact, if you copy this text and drop it in a Google browser, you'll be able to see that this actually is a big company, like I think it's called Cogent. That's their ping utility that they're trying to mimic here. Well, since it's command injection, let's try, I think it says remote command injection. You see up on top, RCE? That's our hint right here. So let's inject some commands here so we can remove this. What if you say ls, does it take? Actually, you need to put a semicolon. Then as you can see, it's already auto-completing for me. I'm saying cat etc password. Just you run any commands here. Let's see. Bam. So this thing is vulnerable to remote command injection. If our main goal was to get a reverse shell, you know what we would do? We'll just come here, and actually we can just do this as well and say which Python. Hey, what version of Python are you running? You just ask it. if you give it a minute, it's running Python 2. Because of this, I can try to get a reverse shell here by putting a Python one-liner. So as you can see, this thing is vulnerable to remote command injection. So what is our goal on Hackthebox? On Hackthebox, our main goal is to get a flag, and our flag has to have the format HTTP and some text, as you can see down here. So let's grab this flag right away. And since we're just getting a flag, it's a matter of running a bunch of cat commands, right? So let's do cat. What's in the home directory? Let's give it a moment here. Welcome to IT Security Labs. If you're just joining, we are doing what we do best, which is hands-on learning. And in this case, we are learning our OWASP Top 10, and we are completing a challenge from Hackthebox right now called Looking Glass. And this one is remote code injection, and we're trying to get our flag. So let's just do it this way. Let's do it this way. If I do that, all right, there we go. I'm getting somewhere. This is the flag right here. Whoa. It's a lot of text. All right. So what I want to do now is to cat that. Jeez. I might have to type it. And let's go Q8Y0C. I think that's it. Let's do it. Let's get the flag. Fingers crossed. Let's hope we did it right. Did I? Yeah. Bam. Okay. One down. So I hope you saw that the vulnerability here. So we got the flag. Jeez, where's my copy? Because this time I'm not typing that. Okay, there it is. All right, so since we got the flag, let's go and submit it to Hackthebox. So right behind me, you should say whether the flag is correct or not. I need to rate this machine as easy. I mean this. All right, you didn't see it, but it says congratulations. The flag was accepted. So 1. Command injection, as you can see, we practiced here. So let me stop this instance because we don't need it anymore. So that was what it looks like when you're on Hackthebox. Let's go to Tryhackme. Let's go to Tryhackme and do the same. This is where if you are brand new, you can actually come in and learn. So let's go and start our command injection practical. You just need to make sure that you deploy it. Then once you deploy it, you go here. If you have a VPN already deployed, you should be able to access it. So let's see if we can access our Tryhackme. The one for Tryhackme is pretty much straightforward than the one for Hackthebox. That's why I think this is a little different. Enter command ls. So here's what ls gives us. You can cat evil shell.php. Well, evil shell did something evil, split itself in two. Isn't that interesting? Can I do a cat slash etc submit? All right, so as you can see from Tryhackme, they make things a little more straightforward. So what strange file is in the website root directory? In this case, answer format. Is it evil shell? I think that's what they want. Is it drpaper.txt or evilshell.php? Oh, it says text file. So it's a drpaper.txt. Let's see if we got that one. So our answer is correct. So as you can see here, this is how we can now just keep going. How many non-root, non-services daemon users are there? You can just go here and say, okay, slash etc. Let's see. Then you can come in here and do some counting. So as you can see, this is the remote injection part, which is super fun. And using these two platforms, Hackthebox and Tryhackme, you're going to gain a lot of experience with the OWASP top 10 to a point where you will have meaningful discussions, not only with fellow InfoSec people, but even during interviews. So highly encourage you to spend some time going through these and actually reading them. To not bore you, I will not go through all these because pretty much this one is just reading the etc file that I showed you. What is user? Is this app running as? Just finding an app that is running. What is the version of Ubuntu? Running uname -n or LSB release or something like that. Then printing a message of the day. You know, simple Linux commands here. Nothing too bad, right? So that's what we have there. Let's take it back to Hackthebox, where we don't know much about what is running. I think that's because this is a lot of hand holding. They're just telling you, hey, look for this on the system, which is really good for you to learn. Maybe if you are also new to InfoSec, you'll be learning maybe some Linux if you're not too familiar with Linux, on how to find things. But if you have been around for a little bit, this might be a little redundant. But the goal here is to learn the broken authentications and other things. So let's go back to Hackthebox and do another one. So let me see. Which one do we want to do here? Checking to see who is here. All right, let's go with sanitize. So we did looking glass. Let's go with sanitize, because then we will learn something new again. That doesn't have to do with authentication. So with sanitize, let's start the instance and go to it. This has something to do with input sanitization, which is I think something that we've been doing on this channel a lot. When you run SQL map and capture it with burp and brute force pretty much. So our sanitize is launched. Go ahead and follow along if you want. Here's the IP address. I honestly don't care as long as you don't brute force my thingy. This is on Hackthebox platform. All right, let's go and see. All right. This has to be an easy one. Username and password, and the hint is SQLi. This is what you do. You go to Google and say, hey, how do you test for Sql injections? Hey, OWASP has a page about Sql injections test. Isn't that interesting? We're talking about OWASP and they just happen to have a page on Sql injection test, and they go in detail explaining to us what they're talking about. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I just want to test a login page OWASP. I just want to test. I'm just showing you how to look up things. I already have a cheat sheet of my own in my OneNote, but I'm just showing you where you can see the answers. Google is terrible. I'm going to use my OneNote. Let's use 1 or 1 equals to. I'll just show you one of them. There's a bunch of them. I have a list in my OneNote. If I can pull it, I'll show you. But this is one of them. Usually I automate this with SQL map, or you can use burp to intercept. We have done this several times. So let's use this one for username and password. This is how you test to see if a page is vulnerable or not. Just casual testing before you even automate everything. Let's sign in. Yeah, it is vulnerable. And here's our flag. This was too easy. All right, let's go hand over our flag and move on. This was a piece of cake as our rating. And let's submit it. All right, let's stop this instance. If you got a chance to test this, you can might as well. Let's do something fun, I think. Let's do something fun. So that was just a SQL injection. So as part of our OWASP top 10, we're still here on the injections, on the number 1. So now if you talking about OWASP top 10, you at least know one of them, injections. And these things are responsible for a lot of web applications that get attacked. A lot of people collect bug bounty money on these things, these injections. So that's why I think they're important for us to learn about. But unfortunately for you, we don't just talk about them. We actually practice them. And that's what we're doing here. So let's move away from injections for a little bit. We did remote command execution. We just did a test injection for OO. But that one can be automated with SQL map or burp suite. With burp, all you do is you fire burp. It's so silly. Then once you have a request that you have captured, with the interception on, if you right click here, where was that option? There was an here. It's a pi scan right here. That's the one that you just use, and off you go. I think I've shown this maybe once on one of the machines that we were doing for VulnHub. I don't know if I did that on a live stream or I was just practicing by myself, but I've seen it twice so far where I had to use this. And burp is very, very helpful. So let's use burp suite right now on a different challenge. Let's go back here. So we did 2. Look, let's refresh this. We are at 20%. We're making progress. So we did sanitize. Then we have baby auth. Baby auth is a broken authentication. For this one, I can just show you on Tryhackme. I think Tryhackme explains it better. It's silly. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'll just show you what they're talking about. This is one of the many of the broken authentications, and broken authentication, unfortunately, is one of those things where people are not being super smart, especially administrators, leaving default passwords like Cisco, admin something, being being too busy. That's what broken authentication means. People using weak passwords that can be cracked. Another one is web applications that are poorly designed that are just people can bypass. And in this case, if you launch this lab here, this broken authentication practical, I don't think I can launch it. Can I deploy this? No, I can't. I have a free account, so I cannot deploy more than one. All you need to do is go and try to create the same user, say an admin account. Then it complains that admin already exists. That's exactly what you do it with this one as well. This baby auth. It says, oh, admin already exists. But by doing that, the back end changes the password to the one that you just created. Then you come back and you sign in as admin with a space in the beginning, and you're in. It's silly. It's very silly. So this one, I'm over it. This one is fun. I haven't completed this, but baby, to do or not to do. That sounds fun. Whoever thinks that learning ethical hacking is boring, I think they haven't tried some of these things. Let's start this instance. I'll show you why this is fun. To do or not to do. This says, I'm done with these bloody HR solutions coming from these bloody HR specialists. I don't need any more monitoring my thoughts. Or do I? Let's find out. What are we running on this thing? Here's the IP address. If you want to access this, you can. Let's go to Kali. So this one is one of the other OWASP top 10 as well. Broken authentication, but this is a better broken authentication than one where you just create an account and trick the application backend to reuse the password. No, that is not fun. This is fun. All right, so to do or what to do? What do we do here? First of all, what are we looking at? This thing looks like something from Atari or something like this. The 90s. What's on the source page? Ooh. Here's a comment. Use get status all. Oh, we will definitely use get status all. This thing says to do or not to do, right? Oh, we will use get status all. Was it? It's to do or not to do. We will definitely do that until we get verify integrity paged. I bet we haven't done so. So there we go. Constant update. Get tasks. It looks like it's using this user. Okay, update. So whatever this is doing, we're interested. Let's start doing things. It says add. Add what? Is this a party yet? Add party. Successfully added a party. Complete. Delete. Oh, we can add more. Oh, it's a gun. I know. Can we add anything? All right. So this thing is doing something. Let's go ahead and oh, we can delete things too. Let's go ahead and start our interception here. Some of you guys will be happy to know that I added Foxy Proxy because people kept saying, add Foxy Proxy. Here it is. Now let's intercept the request. Interception on. Now let's see. What are we doing here? If you haven't done this before, there we go. Let's forward that. Let's do it again. What are we doing? Oh, look at this. It's doing something by itself. It's saying get API list user. You see, it's appending this stem user here, and then it's giving us a secret. Good. But our page source was warning us not to list with user. Don't use get status all, but it was saying get tasks with user. So here's the broken authentication. No problem. Instead of user, we're going to say all because the comments say don't use all, or we're going to use all. That's baby to do or not to do, right? Let's forward. Where is it? There we go. Now tell me this is not fun. This is awesome. And here's our flag. I think this was just a clever way of doing things. Let's stop this instance and give them their flag. I'll say not too easy. and submit the flag. Congratulations, we got the flag. So I thought that was fun. I thought that was interesting to see a warning telling us not to do something, then we do it anyway using Burp Suite because we kind of know how to read things. Kind of interesting. And the only way you would know how to do this, because I know someone somewhere is sitting there thinking, wait a second, I've never used Burp Suite in my life. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I didn't know how to use this either. The only way you know how to use Burp Suite is just start using Burp Suite. You just saw me do this. Go to Hackthebox, fire up baby to do and not to do, intercept this request, and manipulate this for today. Next time, send things to repeater, and brute force things to intruder. Brute force things. Next time, send things to repeater. Read stuff from there. You know, you build your skills every day, little by little. So you don't get too intimidated by these things. Don't want to know everything in the same day. Just know it little every day. I'm learning something new, and in this case, I definitely learned something about broken authentication here by manipulating the user right here when they're doing something silly like this. So let's turn my interception off here for now. But this was a fun one. So we got our flag there. If you didn't know what we were doing here, you would have scratched your head a little bit, but this hopefully would have been enough hint for you to not use or. Then if you read through burp, you'd have been like, oh, that makes sense that they're doing that. All right, so that's broken authentication. Tryhackme, you're just going to create the user Darren, and then it will complain that Darren exists. Then you sign in with Darren with a space in the front and the same password, and you get in as admin. Pretty much straightforward right there. All right, so that was interesting stuff. So let's talk about sensitive data exposure, because that's another one. So we did injection, we did broken authentication. Now we are on OWASP number 3. So these things, as you can see, they're easy for developers to overlook because they're minor little things that might sneak in your code. So let's talk about sensitive data exposure, because that might be something you might want to see. And this one, you can see it in our challenge. I'm a big fan of Hackthebox. If you see, I think I've reached the guru level on Hackthebox. It's a little challenging and super fun. The challenges are well thought out. So this one. You never know what you're getting with these challenges. Let's start the instance. It's baby born chua corn. Due to a heavy workload of the upcoming baby chua corn event, the website is under maintenance and it errors out. But the debugger is still enabled in production. I think the devil is enticing us to go and check out the secret key. The secret key. The secret key. We will be interested in the secret key. And there's a debugger in production. So you see, I'm reading this here. So let's go and check this website that they're talking about here. Oh boy. I hope you can see this. Let me see what this looks like for you guys. How does this look like? Welcome to the Born Chua event registration. Would you put your email address and a credit card to this website? Come to the latest convention ever. We've got plenty of partying and lots of booze. Our keynote speaker, the devil himself, will be presenting us his research on how efficiently, I would say, don't miss it. But, wait a second, poke people with a trident. Okay, I'll say don't miss it, but we both know you probably end up here anyway. Okay. Due to a heavy server workload from the large number of reservations. The website is currently under maintenance. Oh, look at that. This website is struggling. Make a reservation under your name. Sure. I'll give you my name. Test. Register me. Oh, there's the debugger that they were talking about. There's the debugger that they were talking about. Yeah. Okay. This is the one that they talk about sensitive information exposure. So I'm not expecting much here. Do we see any information here? Do we have any programmers here? Is your are you screaming already that you can see this information from this? Oh, I know what we should be looking for. Keys. API key, app key, and here it is. So as you can see, I think the biggest takeaway from this thing is do not hard code your API keys or secrets or passwords in your applications. Sort them. Put sorted things in here. Hashes. Do not put plain text, easy to read things that people like me can just come and grab, like what I just did here. I didn't have to wait for this flag. All I needed to do was sign in and just start reading a bunch of text. And it's that simple. And in most cases, you'll be surprised how many developers are too busy or they're on a deadline and they just hardcode the key. Oh, nobody's going to look there. Well, somebody's going to poke around and see it. And like we did, we got a flag. So let's go back and put it. This was a piece of cake. So as you can see, this is not that hard. This was information exposure. If you want to learn about this from Hackthebox, Tryhackme, they will tell you what it is. They will give you a paragraph. Hey, this is what data exposure looks like. Then they will give you supporting material. They will even explain a bunch more stuff, give you more information. Then they'll give you a lab, and everything is free, 100% free. So if you're serious about learning information security, the only thing that's going to take you back is time and planning. There is a lot of free, 100% free information out there, including live streams like this, where you can just show up and see me do things for you. So what I'm doing here, if you go through this whole activity here, you'll be able to just come back to Hackthebox and pick most of these and be successful. So let's refresh this. What percentage have we done? 40%. So we are making progress here. Oh, let's look at another one. This one is going to be interesting. Cross-site scripting. And for that, we take it to full stack conf. The reason why I like to show you the Hackthebox ones is because they're always unpredictable. The Tryhackme ones, they're meant for people to learn, and really inform you. They're not gamified. And for live streams like this, we want something unexpected, a little bit gamification. And these ones give us that oomph that we're looking for. And here we go. Here's the IP address. Matthew, go ahead, pick this one up. BT, I'm looking at you. Pick this IP, and if I get stuck, I'm expecting some help in the comments there. All right, so let's go back to our Kali. We are done with this one. What do we have here? It says up here, cross-site scripting, XXS. What are we talking about? Cross-site scripting here, or OWASP top 10. Right here. Occurs whenever an application includes untrusted data in a new web page without proper validation or escaping, or updates on an existing web page with user-supplied data using a browser API that can create HTML or JavaScript. Cross-site scripting allows attackers to execute scripts in the victim's browser, which can hijack user sessions, deface websites, or redirect the user to malicious sites. So this is no good. Officially certified, no good. So let's do that. Bad stuff. First thing that you want to be looking at is if you do not know that this thing is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, you would have to find out by maybe running some of your tools in the background, right? You'll be your enumeration is going to be what leads you to here. There's a lot of tools that you can run out there that will tell you, hey, this thing is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. Or you can just, if you see anywhere you can put information like here, let me see. I don't know if you can see this. All right, right here next to me, where it says email. Well, since I know that this is cross-site scripting, I need to put data somewhere. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the only place I can put data on, this email page here. Let's put the test email. Sign up. Thank you for signing up to our newsletter. Okay, I got thanked. But it also says, stay up to date on fullstack conf or pop up an alert to get the flag. Couldn't this be more obvious? Well, Google is my friend. Cross-site scripting alert, OWASP. I think I just saw something that says alert somewhere there. Ah, there it is. We can just write any alert that we want. Any alert. So let's do that. All right, I hope you can see this. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Let's put a script here. And here is the syntax. Script, then alert. Alert. Oh, I need to close my script here because it will not fire. Like that. Then alert. Then I need to close this. Like that. Script. All right, let's see. This should pop up an alert here. And if this is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, according to this message here, I should get a message. I should get a flag. Let's see. Sign me up. And nothing. Really? Or do I have to wait? Maybe it doesn't like my message. All right. I don't know which one worked, whether the 0 or my alert message. Oh, there we go. But we got a flag. We popped up an alert. Okay, let's copy this. Command copy. And let's go back here. See if we can give them their flag. I would say very easy. Submit. Congratulations, the flag is correct. So that was cross-site scripting on a different website. Again, go to Tryhackme. They will show you cross-site scripting. Where is the cross-site scripting? Right here. They will explain what it is. They will talk about payloads. Here is the alert that we just used. Pop-ups, alerts, scripts, or I wasn't just making stuff up. This is where you can learn about it if you haven't seen it in your life. So you don't have to know about this. Or you can do writing HTML, loggers, port scanning. So you have all the practice that you can from Tryhackme. If you want, then you can take whatever skills you gain from here, if you feel equipped, and bring them here. So that was cross-site scripting. And let's do this. Let's refresh. 50%. So that was super fun, guys. I hope you are learning something tonight, and which is a little bit different from what we normally do, but that should be helpful. Let me take a look at some questions here. How long does it take on average to go from help desk to network admin? I would suggest do not, if your goal is to end up as a network admin, I would say 6 months to a year at help desk should be enough. More than a year at help desk, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that's my own opinion. If you really want to move out of help desk, 6 months will give you enough to learn. Then learn your CCNA and all that stuff to move around. Definitely don't stick around more than a year at help desk if you want to move around. So those ones are the ones that I covered for you. And as you can see here, as far as the OWASP top 10 track, I'm at 50%, and I'm getting experience at exploiting the most critical security risks to web applications. And this is how you build your skills, right? Then you build on these little skills that we are getting on. Then when you go to machines, if you see a web app that's deployed, you test one of these things that we're testing out here. If you see it, then you deploy one of these, and then your skills just sort of compound that way. And over the years, 2 years of doing this, you end up with a lot of knowledge that you just end just like that. Then from network admin to security, that's exactly what I did. It took me a long period of time than most people. It took me almost 8 years from help desk to being a network security engineer. That's a long time. I went from help desk to sysadmin, then from sysadmin to network admin / network engineer, then to cybersecurity engineer. And during that time, got CCNA, CCNP. Now I have a CEH, I have CISSP. Gaining some of those certifications, and above all, did a boatload of labs. A ton of labs. All right. I don't want to spend too much time today on a lot of these things, but I hope you learned a few things. If you're interested in these things, hit the thumbs up to let me know. Otherwise, I will stick to our machines that we always attack. Our main goal now is for me to go for the OSCP. So you're going to see a lot of heavy Windows machines are going to be introduced. So we'll be attacking Windows machines. You're going to see me introduce new tools like Greyhound. We'll be sniffing Windows machines. We'll be introducing newer tools for Windows like Evil WinRM for getting shell to Windows, some PowerShell. I used to be a Windows administrator, so PowerShell, I used to write PowerShell scripts. I'm actually, I would say I'm more proficient in PowerShell than Python. So it's my real house. I'm excited for that. So you get to see some attacking of Windows machines, and there's a bunch of them on Hackthebox. So you should expect to see a bunch of that in the coming future here. Hi Juan, it's good to see you, man. And Sunda, it's good to see everybody. Thank you all for joining. If you missed it, we just did 5 of these machine OWASP top 10 challenges. They're super fun. I encourage you to check out the stream. You'll really enjoy some of these. I thought they were fun, at least for what we do. And also introduce people to Tryhackme. If you're brand new to just OWASP top 10, I think this has to be one of the first places people need to get started if you are interested in ethical hacking. OWASP top 10 is a great place to get started. Just know them. And this room here in Tryhackme is really good, and it has been done by a lot of people, so you'll find a lot of help online. That's why I didn't spend too much time showing you exactly what you need to do in the room, and they do explain a ton of things for you as well. So do this room. Once you're done with this room, come and join me on the Hack the Box, and then you'll be able to complete some of these challenges that we did here. Next time you see me, I would have completed the rest of them, including Nginx and the rest of them, which I think they're also going to be super fun. And this week, I think you also see me attack some of the retired machines here. And this is where I learned most of my skills. So I'm a little biased between Tryhackme and Hack the Box because I started here and I did a ton of them. Just to give you a good idea, let me show you what my profile looks like here. This is what it looks like. I once reached the top 100 this year in 2020 when I was just playing around, and I've done a ton of these things here. Like a lot. I'm talking hours and hours, staying up until 3 a.m. cracking machines like a maniac. So because of that, I'm super comfortable and enjoy these more, and I ranked high over here. But I'm very, very interested in also doing a bunch of Tryhackme stuff. So you see a mix of both, especially when it comes to Windows machines. That will be going for. So that's it for me. I'll wait for just a few minutes here if someone has any questions for me. The lab, anything that you're setting up, I'll be able to answer those as well. Otherwise, I think this is some super fun stuff. Join me, guys. I encourage you to join me in practicing ethical hacking. Just an hour a day doing fun things like this is all you need. And if you do it so much, you actually look forward to it. Like I look forward to just cracking a machine and going to bed. It's like one of those fun things to do. That's good to know, BT, that you sign up for Tryhackme. It's a wonderful platform. Tryhackme, they have a lot of explanations that I think are beginner friendly. If you have some time, highly suggest spending time there. And also, if you're on Tryhackme, don't just blow through these. Another quick tip: create your own cheat sheet. Right? If you don't know anything about cross-site scripting, have your own OneNote or something. Write notes and say, hey, cross-site scripting pop-ups, and write this syntax in your notes so that when you run into it, you know what you're talking about. So write your notes from this as well. Make sure that you do things and you remember next time. And that's always the best way. I created another account that I'll be using for mostly training on this channel, so I can show you the progress on that. And I have an attack box. I think it just timed out. And I also have a VPN connected right now. So expect some fun stuff. Awesome. Thanks for everybody who joined. So if you joined later, I encourage you to spend some time and just watch what we've been working on here. It was a fun little activity that deviates a little bit, but I need to go back and start studying for the license penetration tester exam that's coming for me in sometime in January or February, depending on how much I cover. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me. As always, subscribe.